Welcome back to Money Tips 365. Today I want to talk about end of year tax planning. Sounds a bit dull, doesn't it? End of year tax planning. But look, if you're in the UK and you're listening to this in the month that I'm publishing it, which is March, you're just a few weeks away from the end of the tax year on the 5th of April. The tax year in the UK runs from the 6th of April to the 5th of April. Why is that significant? Now, look, other countries will vary, but why is the tax year significant? And the reason is that now is the time to start thinking about tax allowances. Now, you're allowed, for instance, to put 20,000 a year into an ISA. You're allowed to put X amount so much into a pension, which all saves you tax in the long run, right? And pensions particularly can save you tax right now. But a lot of these allowances, you'll lose them if you don't use them. So you've only got a few more weeks to use your maximum allowances. This assumes that you've got capital to play with, okay? So now is the time to start thinking about it. Don't wait for your accountant, right? Or advisor. They don't often tell you, you've got to call them. If you're in business particularly, you need to sort of talk to your tax advisor and say, what can I do to save tax in this current year? Okay, not all accountants are the same. Some accountants will just do your books and say, well, send us the figures, this is what tax you're going to pay. Nothing about how you could save tax, even in the next year, let alone the current year. So now your advisor should be calling you and saying, look, you've got a few weeks left, have you done this, have you done that, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now, if you're a landlord as well with properties in your own name, you could be paying more tax through what's called Section 24, brought in by the very helpful George Osbourne, that's unleashed this on landlords. So I won't go into detail about that, but if you're a landlord, Section 24, you should learn about that and do contact me if you're being affected by that and being pushed into higher rates of tax. So look, I can go into a lot more detail on my full supporters broadcast, and these are for people that support me. So I'm giving them extra exclusive content. I'm giving them extra bonuses such as my one-day workshop on Zoom, which is free. And I'm also going to throw in other bonuses like copies of my book, one of which is Borrow and Grow Rich. I'll give PDF copies of that book, which I put years of work into this book. It goes through using leverage, how companies and countries have used leverage for centuries. And there's another book I'm going to throw in as well, Yes, Money Can Buy You Happiness. So do look out for that. £4.99 per month, £4.99 per month. Virtually, you won't get a coffee for about £3 or £4 nowadays. So it's really well worth it, and lots of stuff then. I'll be building on that as well. So do join me on that.